Many moons ago, a soul was set free in you. A vow was spoken and a pact entered into. Such a glittering and precious jewel is born in you. Alive with the very essence of divine mind was the most magnificent idea created and manifested as you. With utmost respect, I honor your radiant presence and joyously welcome you into the womb of nurturing love. Enough. These few words are enough. If not these words, this breath. If not this breath, this second ear. This opening to the life we have refused again and again. Until now. Until now. It is not enough. It is not enough. It is not enough to know. It is not enough to gaze at the unborn thinking the silence belongs to you. You must go to the place where everything waits. There when you finally rest. Even one word will do. One word or the palm of your hand turning outward into the gesture of gift. And now we are truly afraid. We are truly afraid to find the great silence asking so little. One word only. Cat caught up in a tree. At times I feel like a cat caught up in a tree. Isolation and segregation keeps me on the branch. I shine like the night, and I am quick to leap. But I know not where to go. My blackness is a perception. Others fear me whenever and wherever I silently walk. They say I am evil, and so I sit, not knowing whether to stay put, climb higher, or slip down into the cold, lonely land of broken dreams. Maybe if I don't move, life will go away and leave me to my solitude, giving me time to think. Startled by breezes blowing and Breckenham branches swaying, the moment of decision demands an action. Tighter and tighter I hold on. Just as my grip loosens, I spring upwards, not knowing where I may land, until I feel the solid branch between my graceful reaching arms. Evening at Eal. When the chatter of the mind is still, I find myself in peace and hear my own voice. The whispers of the wind at night time, crawling over the mountain cliffs, ruffles the cold and lovely streams as if remembering them by touch alone. The solid quietness and stillness of the woods in Eal Valley that frightened me upon arrival here in Maui. Now, their quietness feels familiar. One little thing I've learned here all these years, and at Eal Valley, at the edge of the mountain, standing tall between the branches not to fall, but how to be found by nature. How to be found by nature. I return to where I started. I know the place for the first time. Nature is nourishing. I forgot to ask if you have... And this is the signature piece from the woods deep inside me. Is the woods deep inside me. This entire book was written up in Eel Valley, where I go to write. I claim my adult aloneness, and I claim my silence, and I claim my existence, and I claim the warmth of the firewood crackling round me. Glittering flames rise from the smoke. Hot embers smoldering, gray ash visible, the woods deep inside me, burning, yearning, begging to reveal my secrets that long to be told. Sitting by the bright light, I unfold a journey of the soul. Gazing through the fire, I see the lighted road stretching on, and I see the windows of my soul aglow. I quicken my steps to be on time for my feast, and have taken counsel in my heart to keep the courage. Faith holding my left hand, trust in my right, but for the life of me, I cannot claim my past. I cannot claim my future. For what is my future I have not seen, nor my past which has dissolved from the nothingness from which it came. Then the moment grabs me and holds me, forcing me into the now moment, then quickly exits into the next moment, becoming my past again. And my future moment will become my now. But the woods deep inside me has lifted my heart like the chords of song, often sung in the worlds of old, I have been told, to which I belong and to which I shall return on the journey through the woods deep inside me. Oh, silence, write me into your silence. The old man walks up Eel Valley Road daily at 5 a.m., walking the silent trail as if he belongs to the land by birth and sought nature by sense. With backpack on, he greets the rising sun from atop the bridge where the waters once ran red with blood. Battles fought over the land, he once told me. Paved road traveled over and smoothed by his silent footfalls. Across the lava rocks and under the guava trees, the old man stopped me and said he saw me in the paper. Anybody good enough for the paper is good enough for me, said he to me. Then asked, how do I write about the silence? Replied I, don't write about the silence. I allow the silence to write about me. Write me into a part of its magnificence. Write me originally into a world that thumps my heart and frees my soul, that fires my imagination. Write me into your great silence of trickling waterfalls and gentle breezes. Write me into the echoes of still mountains and fallen leaves. Write my attempts to quiet the mind and open myself to the vastness of beauty. Write me into your dazzling shades of seasons so I too can turn the pages of a life well spent. Write me into your song of the wind and flowers of sweet nectar. Oh, great silence, write me into your silence that echoes into the silence, that echoes into the silence, that echoes into the silence, into the silence. Okay, and this one is for Melinda. News of death. Last night they came with news of death, not knowing what I would say. I wanted to say, the green wind is running through the fields making the grass lie flat. I wanted to say, the apple blossom flakes like ash covering the orchard walls. I wanted to say, the fish float belly up in the slow streams, stepping stones to the dead. They asked, if I was asleep last night? I said, I did not know. For this loss I could not speak. The tongue lay idle in a great darkness. The sky had turned threatening. The moon had gone, and it was then when I said, she is no longer here. She is no longer here. That the night put his arms around me, and all the white stars turned bitter with grief. Okay, take you on a journey. With open eyes. With open eyes. This poem, I had gone to New York. A movie I had written and produced was screened in New York City, and it was Spare Change on homelessness. And 9 months, when I returned back 9 months later, this poem, it was my first time back to New York City in 2000 since I left and moved here. And so this, what came of it, With Open Eyes. Old memories ring in, shouts from Mount Olive Baptist Church in Brooklyn, reaching me across the oceans of my past, 7,000 miles to the sacred streams of Eel Valley, the distant piercing sounds of the church, echoing through the forest, running wet in the streams, causing their flow to slow, on chorus lips, energy rising, the religion of my people, ancestors, vibrations, cultural dissemination, my emancipation, the nation's proclamation, emanations, the world needing polarization. I clung to the pitch and held the steady grasp, peeking in, checking, it was safely tucked between my breasts. Across the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific horizon, I reached in and pulled out my Sunday morning church at Eel Valley and worshiped the God of my own understanding. With tambourine in hand, ethereally, I jumped from the sacred rock that held me. I jumped into the air which lifted me. I danced on the brown earth that carried me. I shouted to God, to the trees and the rocks, and reaching a high peak, I walked up to the pulpit to be saved and anointed, then jumped into the pristine water pools and baptized myself. I traveled thousands of miles across unknown territories, slept outdoors in the staggering heat, swam with mammal dolphins, hiked the tallest mountains, healed the sick and bereaved, ate food with my fingers, and nobody called me Jesus. But I kept God in my breast, sandwiched between my brown skin that hid from the people's eye. I kept my God hidden, and my God kept me safe. I kept my God neatly tucked between the moisture of my strength, and God kept my footing on the right path. I kept my God through an attitude of gratitude for things not seen that allowed my faith to stretch further beyond human eyes in a mere mortal physical body. I kept my God hidden between people in positions who looked like me but did not have my best interest. I kept my God between the difference of skin color and consciousness. I kept my God hidden in my mother's womb before I was born and this place waiting for me. I kept my God between the same shame, guilt, and sadness of all the races. I kept my God between the self-loathing that grew in those who devalue themselves to such a degree that an early death was not discounted. I kept my God as an alternative to the struggles of what living life on life's terms had become for them. I kept my God between the suicidals who were called the walking wounded and the living dead. I kept my God between the challenges brought forth that I might listen to the messages more sincerely. I kept my God daily, and I kept my God nightly. I kept my God down the paths and through the corridors of the dark, through the labyrinthium ways of my own mind. I kept my God nestled between the branches at Eel Valley, trying to understand more about the mystery and the secrets she holds. I kept my God when I fought with my fears, and I embraced read a book. And then, looking at the world in her new dress, with my vanity gone and my arrogance defeated, now I can really see who I am with open eyes.